Hello, this is the Tradesight U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Thursday, the 4th of June, and Friday, the 5th of June, 2015. We don't usually do a market preview specifically for Friday because most of the weeks past we've already anticipated most of what's coming, and Fridays tend to be a little bit slower. So this is just about Thursday and Friday in one session. There will be no preview tomorrow night for Friday. And there's not much new to add. We're still sitting, you can see here's the ES front month futures contract daily chart. Still sitting exactly where we've been, still stuck in this horrific range. We're now going on 3 weeks and 30 points of range on the S&P. And of course, it's about 5 months in about a 60, 70 point range, maybe 80. We've talked about this a month. I'm not going to get back to it. Let's worry just about what's actually happening right now. So the S&P gained 4 on Wednesday. Here's a look at that. NDX gained 11 after a little gap there that it left behind. We'll look at that in a moment. Stocks is actually down 4.5 points after the bump last week. Biotech's just dead flat, up 1790, but that's a minor number for that index, which is now a 3,800 point index of its own. Google up $1.30, near the highs of the last month, but still in a narrow range. Apple did nothing, up 16 cents. We had the VIX drop 58 cents, back to the 10-day moving average. Crude oil again closed fairly flat, down a little maybe at 58.65. Gold down 8 points. The trend looks like this, closed at 1 and has a 1.13 10-day moving average. Rich also talked about the put-call ratio and that it's getting into an extreme reading. I'm sure we'll talk about that over the weekend for Monday because it's the most likely time for that to come into effect, so I won't bring the chart up now. Volume was 1.69 billion shares on the NASDAQ. That's up from Tuesday, but just a little bit above the short-term 10-day or the 10-day moving average of volume. So we had gotten volume back up at the early part of May, dropped off, and now we've rebounded a little bit. I should point out, last June and July were actually good in the market after a couple of months of flat action, but this has been flatter, so hopefully we can get something going here soon. All right, let's take a look at the intraday action. Here's 5-minute candles on the ES. Gapped up, came down, didn't quite fill the gap, missed it by about a point, curled back up, shot higher. We had some nice stocks move for us after that. Rolled over a bit, came back to the opening level and beyond for lunch, and then just drifted around, closed pretty much on the VWAP once again, the 3rd day in a row. And the NQ's NASDAQ side didn't even come close to filling the gap and closed right on the VWAP as well, just under its opening level. So even though we were up a little bit in the markets, we did leave gaps below. Those will be our targets and for Thursday or Friday. Now, Thursday, we have some economic data that's due. Challenger job cuts, initial and continuing jobless claims, that's the weekly number. Revised productivity and unit labor costs, that's all before the bell. Natty gas inventory is an hour into the market. Some of that's, none of that's overly interesting. We do have a rate announcement out of the Bank of England overnight as well, so that could potentially impact the market if they do anything. So hopefully Thursday will just kind of continue a little more volatility. That looked a little promising on Wednesday. We were looking for a better trading day, and we definitely got it, but it was all early, and then things dried up again. We just can't get out of this range. So whatever action there is in the first 90, that's what you got to seize on, and we had it Wednesday. Hopefully we get it again Thursday. Friday, it's Friday. The one thing is we do have the unemployment rate with the non-farm payroll numbers, so that will be something to move the market early. But I would imagine the second half of Friday is going to be slow, and I'll probably take off early. I will be in the trading lab Thursday all day and Friday morning. You can always email me. Charts brought to you by eSignal as usual. If you have not taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so, and we will help you out for a couple weeks, make some money. If you do find these videos useful, please like them on YouTube. It does help us out. Have a great rest of the trading week until we get to the market previews for next week and heading into summer.